All right, so hello again, Internet, YouTube, and
Good morning.
and Tim. Yeah, good morning, Vietnam or Iron Kingdoms, whatever. So this is Athalos and Vegas back here again doing another video battle report for our buddy in Germany. Hey, Tim. We're both very much sleep deprived today, so that's going to be great. We are going to be playing a 35-point game of Retribution of Scyrah versus Khador, which is Ron versus Sorsha. Again, yeah. Neither one of us is willing to try any other warcasters. We're going to be playing Mosh Pit. So for those of you not in the know, Mosh Pit is basically the idea of a 14-inch circle in the center of the board that one must control. Yes, this nice little circle of trees, or giant circle of trees, is what we're going to be fighting over today. And as you can see, there is a lot of terrain, and a lot of trees, and a lot of cover, and a lot of pain in the ass to be had. So that's wonderful. What we're playing today on our 35-point lists is as follows. As I said, we're playing Ron. We've got Ron there with Magister, 2 heavy warjacks, a Phoenix, and the Hydra. Leave me alone, I like the Hydra. We've got the Arcanist, a 6-man unit of Halberdiers, completely unpainted, with the UA. We have the Battle Mages with the Solus. We have 6 Riflemen, again without the UA. And then we have the Heavy Rifle team, which is still kind of in the experimental stage for me, but I think I like them, besides what the forum has to say. And then over here on Megas' side of the board, we have Sorsha, as per usual. We have 2 Manhunters. We have Widowmaker Marksman. That's actually Kovnik Joe. All these medium bases are standing in as Man of Wars. We have the Winter Guard Infantry plus a Rocketeer plus the Officer in Standard, the Rifleman, and of course, Beast 09. So that's that, and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to still have to roll off for deployment and whatnot, and we'll follow up after deployment. Okay, so we've done deployment, and Megas actually threw us for a loop here, threw me for a loop. Instead of playing normal table edges, he decided to turn the board on its side. So we're technically playing lengthwise, although it's a square, so it's equal length, so, you know, whatever. So he won deployment and did as follows. We have the Man of Wars up here in front of the Riflemen, and then we have Beast and Sorsha. We have the 2 Manhunters, apparently a man and wife team, hiding in the forest for advanced deployment. We have the Widowmaker Marksman right up there on top of the steps. And we have the Winter Guard Infantry and Kovnik Joe hiding over in the trees there. On my side of the board, things are actually fairly clustered in. Basically, I had decided to design the board as kind of a valley or a pit sort of thing, and, well, I've been funneled, so 300 it up. On my side of the board, we have the Heavy Rifle team sitting here, and basically everything else is over there. So that'll save you some time talking, and I'm sure you don't want to hear my voice much more than that anyway. So as I said, Megas won first turn. We're going to see how it goes.
Even coming in for 10.
All right, so it's the end of turn 1 real quick here. Basically, everything advanced. Man of Wars, Man Hunters are hiding behind the trees. The Widowmaker Marksman decided to take a pot shot at the Heavy Rifle team. Missed. That's about it. And then my stuff kind of all moved up. Ron gave the Hydra 3 focus. He cast Force Field on himself. Halberdiers advanced up in Shield Wall. Phoenix received Polarity Shield. That's about it. Oh, Sorsha has Fog of War running in her line of sight, and Beast was Boundless charged.
Control area.
Yeah, control area. Sorry, I said line of sight, didn't I? I meant control area. Okay, bye. Okay, so it's the end of turn 2, and yes, that's natural sunlight you're seeing. Okay, so basically what happened is Megas' stuff all moved up more. The Riflemen are still hiding behind the Man of Wars, which is fine. Sorsha kept up the Fog of War and gave Beast the Wind Rush, or the Boundless Charge. The Man of Wars, damn it, I mean Man Hunters, both advanced. They brought it up. The other Manhunter was here. The Hydra advanced on my turn and killed him. I kind of think I fed a jack to Megas' forces, but that's fine. On Ron's side of things, he upkept his spell and then upkept his spell on the Phoenix for free. The Megas and I do have bonds on our Warjacks, so Phoenix gets he's psychically attuned, meaning he gets to upkeep spells on him for free. He then hit the Hydra with telekinesis to bring him from here to here so that he can move up and hit the Manhunter, and then he TK'd the heavy rifle team. And then everything else just kind of advanced, and the Phoenix is over there kind of trying to deter Beast a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so it is the end of turn 3, and I basically barely avoided losing, so that's cool. On Megas' turn, oh man. Alright, so he wandered up with Beast, and as you can see, there's only one Halberdier left. You can pretty much guess what happened there. Murderous and Thresher. Shield Wall doesn't really help against PNS, 19. Plus 2 to the bond, so PNS 21. That's cool. Alright. The Manhunter charged up into the Phoenix and did some pretty significant damage, not damaging any of the systems, but taking out his shields. The infantry had CRA'd into the Phoenix, doing some damage there as well. The Rifle Corps all ran up in order to secure the area. The Man-O-Wars had all advanced up into the Hydra and done a couple points of damage there. And the Marksman actually fired on the Hydra as well, and even with them at -4 penalties, still managed to hit and do 2 damage. Well, that's not too bad. On my side of things, the Hydra moved up into the Man-O-War and punched one to death after a couple tries. Then I think he got the other one as well. Oh no, what had happened? He killed one. The heavy rifle team took out another one in a single shot, thanks in part to armor piercing.
That's so unfair.
He actually did something like 11 points of damage on a POW 7 weapon, so that's pretty wicked. Then the Hydra moved up, as I said, and punched another one to death. Ron cast Force Blast on the Hydra and pushed all the other Man-O-Wars away. That's why there's that big gap there. The mages all hobbled over the fallen tree to get into the circle and did a couple points of damage to that not Lancer Man-O-War. The riflemen CRA'd into Beast because, I mean, let's face it, they're toast. Even if they had tried to get away, there was really not any escaping Beast, thanks to Boundless Charge. So the Halberdier also then hopped in and actually managed to do 3 points of damage overall, which, considering that's a lone Halberdier, I'll take it.
Revenge strike.
The Magister hopped up and charged the Manhunter, did 3 points of damage, not enough to kill her, or him, whatever you want, which in turn blocked the Phoenix from what he was going to do. He was going to advance up and do the Phoenix Flare and hopefully kill about 6 guardmen, but that didn't work. So he was trapped there, and frankly, I was not willing to incur a 4 dice backstrike at PNS 14. So he swung at the Manhunter and whiffed with all 4 attacks. It's pathetic. I should have boosted the attacks, but oh well. And the Arcanist had boosted the Phoenix's attacks, but like I said, you saw how that worked out. So it is now moving on to turn 4. It's still really anybody's game unless he can push all the mages out. We'll see how it goes.
And we both feed.
So this is turn 4, and the game is over. Victory for Khador. Okay. I actually can't be mad about this because Megas played a fantastic game. So what happened is basically he feeded, or Sorsha feeded, and froze my entire army, save for Ron and like 2 mages and a Solus and the 2 riflemen over here.
All the riflemen.
Oh yeah. So yeah, all the riflemen. There was more. So Beast Kid kind of did that murderous and Thresher thing again and just winged everybody. He actually missed though, which I thought was fantastic. So that was like kind of a moral victory for me right there. Yeah, that's basically it, really. He hit the Phoenix a couple more times, whatever else. The rifleman advanced up. On my turn, I basically did as much damage control as I could. The Phoenix's Cortex was damaged, so unfortunately I wasn't able to allocate it focus in order to be able to shake the effects of stationary. As such, he didn't do anything. Same with the Magister. The Arcanist moved up and healed quite a few points on the Phoenix. He actually rolled the full 5, so that's not bad. Excuse me. But again, couldn't do anything there. Ron moved up from his hiding spot behind the tree up here. We determined that he'd have line of sight on Sorsha. He feeded, did 2 chain blasts. The first one hit dead on, but then failed to do any damage, which was insanely disappointing.
Did exactly 0 damage.
Yeah, it was just enough to do 0 damage. The second part of the chain blast, however, came over and wiped out 3 of the riflemen, which was, nice. The second chain blast that Ron cast did 6 points of damage, with the secondary blast landing right about here, not doing any damage. At that point, I basically had nothing. I think I maybe could have TK'd Ron to get just inside the circle, but I mean, I really would have only been buying time at that point.
Right, circle full of angry
warjacks. Yeah, exactly. A circle full of angry mana wars. I mean, there was really not a whole lot that I could do in this game. The deployment, I think I could have done a little bit better. Instead of having everything hunkered over here like I did, if I had have perhaps sort of gone for a refuse flank sort of march here and had the riflemen and the halberdiers both marching up to meet the mana wars, I think it would have worked out a little bit better, and then Beast would have had to work a little bit harder to start threshering things. I also could have then almost completely muted the Winter Guard infantry and Kovnik Joe, effectively, neutralizing 8 points out of his army or however many points. Yeah, so I'm not disappointed. It's been a fantastic game. I may have lost, but that's the way it goes. Magus, you got anything to say?
Mana wars are freaking awesome.
Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, Magus has said that he is buying Mana Wars. Given his prior refusal to play anything but tier, I think that's very interesting. Looks like we're going to be playing Epic Sorsha tier list from now on. Athalos Gallant,
all in tier.
out.